Good morning, everybody. I'm early this morning. I may change my time on my live stream and start doing them just a little bit earlier anyways. So I'll just wait for y'all to get in here. We're going to talk about Fotis Dulos and the search warrants that they released. Like, damn, 400 pages they released. I've been looking through. There's all kinds of new articles out about all these search warrants. Andrew, he's first. Yay. Z Storage, Ola, Susan, Debbie, good morning. Robbie's live, so I'd say there's a lot of people over there on his live stream. Hey, Lisa, there you are. So, yeah, I downloaded the 400 pages that they released, and I'm only like on the 100, like page 125. Yeah. So it's a lot. And with each search warrant, it details everything that happened. So you have to reread all that again. So it's just a lot, But it's interesting. I've not even got to the part about the nanny in the search warrants and stuff yet. But I've read about it in articles. Mel, I'm going to be late because I'm getting Joshy to sleep. Okay. That's fine, girl. Hey, Karen. Good afternoon. So, this nanny that worked for Jennifer Dulos witnessed Fotis's violent behavior in the summer of 2017. Him and Jennifer just started their divorce, I believe. But anyways, he chased Jennifer into a bedroom and she shut the door and held her body up against the door. And Fotis was banging on the door, acting crazy. And then he realized that the nanny and one of his kids was standing there watching him. So he quit. But Jennifer didn't want to call the police because Fotis had threatened to take the kids to Greece permanently. She was scared to death of him. And then one time Jennifer and Fotis were arguing outside. When the nanny went outside, she found Jennifer crying. Jennifer said that Fotis had tried to run her over. Yes. So can you imagine when they were married how he treated her? He's got violent behavior. He is screwed. All the evidence that I have read that they have against him, I really believe he would be convicted. Hey, Remy. Fotis sounds crazier than Phil Spector. Boy, he was a nut. Is he still alive? Hey, Tina. Having a snow day here in Maine. No school. This lunch lady is off. Well, I think we're going to be getting some snow here because the weather has changed. It was kind of warm, and then we had high winds and stuff, but the temperature has dropped. So I think we're going to be having some snow. Just hearing that makes me so sad that Jennifer must have been so scared the morning this happened to her. Yeah. From what I understand, police think, he was lying in wait for her. I guess he jumped out and got her, and he used zip ties to restrain her, then murdered her. Because why else would you use zip ties on a deceased person? Probably used them to restrain her. And the medical examiner said she probably died being bludgeoned to death or a stabbing. But he said with all the evidence that he's seen, she couldn't have survived. He's a psycho. You know, when I read that Jennifer said he tried to run her over, it made me remember how Fotis Dulos' mother died. The nanny ran over Fotis Dulos' mother and killed her on accident, backed over her. I had totally forgot about that. I wonder if he had sick revenge fantasies against the nanny over that. Hey, Leanne. Hey, Angel. CC, police activity in Alabama in regards to Peyton Houston. Presser at 10:30. Oh, really? Let's look that up. What else? Let's see. She didn't want to call the police that time because she was scared of Fotis. She was terrified of Fotis Dulos. You know, Jennifer looked like she had the perfect life to an outsider. But no, it was probably pure hell with Fotis Dulos. I mean, the poor kids, and I've said this a million times, the poor kids, you know, they would be tired. They wouldn't want to water ski, and they would be afraid to tell it. I think one time one of the kids said they were tired, and he took the water ski and broke it up against a rock. Jennifer said they were all afraid to defy him. I wonder how that son of a bitch is going to like it when he's in prison, people bossing him around. Treating him like a little bitch, like he is. God, he makes me so mad. Excuse me. Here's something else. Blood was found in Fotis Dulos' SUV that was seen near Jennifer Dulos' house. Okay, I'm wondering this. Fotis Dulos allegedly had that antique bicycle. Okay, the theory is he was riding it around her house. People seen him. It was on surveillance, whatever. He rode that to her house. Okay, where's his cleaning supplies? I guess he used Jennifer's paper towels. I didn't know that. But like the sponges and the mops, I'm wondering if those were Jennifer's. Because in one of Michelle Treconis's interviews, she mentions having some sponges she took to that house on 80 Mountain Road, claiming that she was going to clean windows one time. Then she said she was going to clean the bathroom. But I am just wondering, since that SUV had blood in it, if there wasn't someone with Fotis, someone else that morning. Maybe he had help from Kent or Michelle. Well, no, Michelle has an alibi. She made sure she had 3 alibis. So maybe Kent was nearby driving that SUV or something. Son of the property owner at the Chapel Hill house. Police are there to arrest him. Oh, wow. Thanks, Angel. Angel's always on top of it. I was going to look her up, and I got distracted with Fotis. I was trying to look it up, but I don't see anything. Okay. Suspect wanted in the death investigation of Peyton Houston. Frederick Hampton. He's 50 years old. There's a warrant out for him, and the warrant is for abuse of a corpse. Bond set at $60,000. Says he is not in custody at this time, and deputies are actively looking for him. This was at 9:15, so maybe they've already got him by now. I got a cough for a second, y'all. Let me mute. I gotta quit smoking. I can't breathe. All I do is cough. But vaping's just as bad. Southern mom's in the house. Hey, girl. There is someone in the community was friends with Peyton. Oh, really, Remy? Oh, it's a sad story, you know. It's so dangerous, do not go. I have done it myself. I had a bad experience. I went to a bar one time, left with someone who seemed nice, and he ended up, I thought he was going to kill me, but he didn't. But I thought he was going to. You just can't trust people. People can put on a good act that they're nice, even people you know. Just don't do that. Nobody. Leave the bar with someone like that. If you insist on doing it, take a friend or something. Oh, yeah, I see her around, Remy. CC Fox 6 is live, WRBC. I'll probably get in trouble if I play it, Angel. Let me look it up. I don't know if I can find it. I'll probably get in trouble for playing their news anyways. No, the SWAT team is there? Okay. Well, I'm glad that they found who did this to Peyton. Thank God. I wonder if he's ever done that to anyone else. Jesus, they say merciful hour. You're lucky. Hey, Tremaine. It's one of the reasons why I don't drink. Yeah, it's not safe to go out drinking. You never leave your drink sitting and go to the bathroom, ever. Me bitching about breathing, and then I light a cigarette, y'all. I'll look up and see what they say about Peyton here in a minute. I'll give them time to put something up. I saw this morning, y'all, that a 4-month-old baby was killed by the family dog. Okay, right? This guy goes to work. He comes home, finds the baby in the floor, tore out of hell, and the mother is asleep. I'd say there's drugs involved in that situation. You cannot trust anyone. No, you cannot. People are nuts. I mean, we know that. Look what happens on YouTube. People are crazy. Can't trust anybody. Remy, I'm trying to get to my chat on my phone, and I'll click on that link you shared there. I don't know, Andrew, what type of dog. It didn't say. When I look at Peyton, I'll go look up that article, and we'll look and see. Let's see if I can click on it on, see, it's not letting me through my chat like that. The celebration, Florida family member murders 3 kids, mom, dad in custody. Yeah, he shot the dog too, Remy. That guy in Florida, the Tot. I can't say his name. It's like Todt. It's weird. Yeah. I think the family had been missing for a few weeks. They were getting evicted from their condo too. Physical therapist. Seemed like they were doing pretty well, but Probably got in debt. Let me see if I can pull up the Peyton Houston article on my Chromebook here. My mind's just racing. My brother has about killed me, y'all. He's got me so stressed out. See, when I look it up, it just shows old stuff. Let me try something else. No. Let me see what's... Type in the news station. That may work. No. I don't know what I'm doing. Let me type in a few keywords. Well, I can't find it in here. Let me just read the article here. The Jefferson County Sheriff's Office are actively searching for the suspect in connection to the death of Peyton Houston. And he's 50 years old. His name is Frederick Hampton. What in the world was this girl doing around him? The sheriff's office is holding a press conference at 10:30 with more information. Her body was found buried in a shallow grave behind a home in Hueytown on January 3rd. Looks like an old rundown home to me. Wow. Well, for some reason, it's not wanting me to look it up, so. Sorry to hear that, Cece. Family situations and a good heart can be tough. Keep hanging in there or ignore his calls. Debbie, I know. I've thought about ignoring his calls, and I'm like, oh, what if something happens to him? Well, if he overdoses or busts his heart or something on that stuff. It's just been really stressful. I can't hardly concentrate or anything because he's got me so damn stressed. And when he calls, it just repeats himself. And it's crazy stuff. The other day, it's kind of funny, but it's kind of sad. The other day, he called me and he told me, he's like, sis, he's talking about his wife, Leah. I guess they're split up. She's strung out too, shacked up with another man. He's like, yep, I got messages. They were trying to kill me. They were talking about killing me. And it's just not true. I was like, well, give me the messages, bub. She could get in trouble for that. And he wouldn't give them to me, so I knew right then and there he was hallucinating. Yeah, Remy, I'm okay. I just get stressed out, and then it's just annoying when I can't find something. I'm wondering if he did too, Leanne. He could have kidnapped her. I think she was inebriated and he took advantage. Yeah. Well, after she left with those guys at the bar, didn't she text a friend and say, answer my calls? If I call, I got a bad feeling, basically. When I get sidetracked, I get bumfuzzled, as I like to call it. Let me get back to Fotis Dulos. I got sidetracked there and then got all manicked out. We'll read what it says that he did to Jennifer. It says 2 years before the mother of 5, Jennifer Dulos, went missing last May in what police believe was a murder, her estranged husband tried to run her over outside her new Connecticut home around the time she had filed for divorce. the children's nanny told police. The allegations were revealed in nearly 500 pages of search warrants that were released Wednesday after being unsealed by a state judge presiding over the criminal case of Fotis Dulos. It says, a message seeking comment was left Wednesday with Fotis Dulos' lawyer, Norm Pattis. Fotis Dulos has denied having anything to do with Jennifer Dulos' disappearance or presumed killing. Well, I'm surprised. Oh, I guess he did respond. I started to say, I'm surprised Big Mouth Norm Pattis didn't respond. So he did respond, and he's just saying that they are reviewing the warrants and they are relieved and saddened at the same time. He says, we're relieved that there's nothing we didn't expect or have heard about. Saddened because it's obvious the state police really have no idea what became of Jennifer. This remains an open case in our view. He's delusional. He's got to say stuff like that. Like, he's got to defend his client, I guess, but he just says stupid stuff all the time. How could he not know that Fotis did that? I mean, it's his job to defend him. I get that. But, they're going to have a hard fight on their hands. He knows that. Probably knows that. Hey, Love Hollis. Jana. Did I say hi to Faithful One? I can't remember. Hey, girl. Oh, there's Ginger Lock's mom. Hey, girl. So, there's all kinds of evidence against him. His DNA mixed in with her blood in 2 different places. In the kitchen and I believe on the doorknob. It may have been in the SUV. I know there was blood on the doorknob. But last night I was reading, they found it in 2 different places mixed in with hers. He is screwed. Happening now, there's heavy police presence. Thanks, Angel. Well, I hope they get the guy. I'm sure they will. Hey, 420. Yeah, they found a lot of blood in the garage, but there was 2 certain places that they found his DNA mixed in with her blood. One was the kitchen faucet, and I was reading in the papers last night, and I can't remember. But I'm thinking it was an SUV. So he must have cut himself or injured himself, right? I think Kent was driving around somewhere that morning helping Fotis in some way. That's what I think. I think they were going to try to kill Kent's estranged wife, but that didn't work out. I mean, can you imagine? This woman didn't even know Fotis. Kent's estranged wife didn't even know Fotis. Can you imagine some man just calling you out of the blue, offering up his house as a sex pad to reunite you and your asshole husband? I mean, how weird and awkward. Bye, Remy. Have a good day. Kent probably dug that hole for his own wife. Then he realized, police would probably link him to that property. So they decided not to put any bodies there. But I believe they were going to kill Kent's wife too. That's my theory. Why else would this lawyer be involved with Fotis and Jennifer's case, her disappearance? Why would you put yourself out there to Fotis Dulos? Risk your life. Because if you get caught, you're going to prison or be put to death if they have the death penalty there. He helped Fotis because Fotis was going to help him. That's what I think. Verbal. I don't think I saw you. A woman's work is never done. That's for sure, Karen. A woman's work is never done. That's why I may have to start scheduling my live streams a little bit earlier in the mornings because 10:30 is kind of late into the morning. And, I've got things to do. I got a ton of animals. Try to do my YouTube stuff and just clean house and everything. All these men killing their families. What's going on in their minds? Very heartbreaking. I don't know. I think they were never right in their mind, These perfect men, the perfect family man and stuff. They're really not right in their mind, but they just act like they're perfect. Then one day they just snap. The real them comes out. Like Chris Watts, I don't think Chris Watts was ever able to love anybody. He just faked it. He didn't know how to act like a normal person. He just watched how other people act and he would do it. It's weird. I don't know how else to explain it. It's just weird. Look, household duties is never ending. Gotta take a break. Oh gosh, I know. After I get off here, I gotta wash dishes and get some things done, mess around at the funny farm. But anyways, back to Fotis. I do think it's weird that he tried to run Jennifer over with the car. And it just so happens that's why his mother died. Isn't that strange? He held that against that nanny for running over his mother. It was an accident, though. Trying to see what else it said. It says, in interviews with police, Nanny Lauren Almeida, I don't know if that's how you pronounce her name, it's how I pronounce it, described a volatile time in the relationship between Jennifer and Fotis in the summer of 2017. Jennifer had left the family home in Farmington with her children early June and filed for divorce on June 20th. Besides the vehicle incident outside Jennifer Dulos' home in New Canaan, Lauren said Fotis Dulos that summer had also chased Jennifer Dulos through the Farmington home. She said Jennifer ran into a bedroom, slammed the door, which Fotis started pounding on in an attempt to open it. Fotis appeared to calm down when he realized that she and one of his children were in the bedroom with Jennifer. Then she says Jennifer did not want to call the police as she was very afraid of her husband. He had threatened to take the children permanently to Greece. And it says in June of 2017, Farmington police seized an unregistered handgun from Fotis Dulos because of a protective order. I remember reading about that. I forgot about that. There's just so much in this case that's come out and they've said about it. It's just, you forget about stuff. It's like never ending. Since she was reported missing, it's like every day it's been like something new come out about it. There for a while, there wasn't that much about it, but now everything's coming out. And it goes on to say, which I said this earlier, the medical examiner concluded Jennifer could not have survived her injuries from the attack without immediate medical attention, given the large amount of blood found. I wonder if him and Michelle Tricana sat around and talked about how Fotis was going to murder Jennifer. I bet you anything they did. I think she knew what Fotis was going to go do that day. She can say what she wants. She'll probably never tell the truth. Prosecutors will probably make a deal with Kent, and he'll roll on them, maybe. I think so, Captain Obvious. I think he mentally and physically abused her. I'd like to know for sure, but chasing her through the house, trying to run over her with the car, that's domestic violence right there. Yeah, she knew verbal. That's why she made sure she had 3 alibis that day. She even took a selfie of herself, I believe, at a store she stopped at, if I'm not mistaken. Hey, Kim Smith. Almost didn't see you. She helped him write the alibi scripts that they found in his office. And when she did interview with police, she just kept changing her story. She would contradict herself. They said she answered very vaguely. They sometimes, in one of the interviews, they said they caught her in a lie, some lies before the interview was already, before it was over. If they charged him with conspiracy, they've got evidence against Michelle and Kent that they knew about the murder and stuff. Something that I found out that I didn't know, a small detail, was um, the Paul guy that was the project manager for Fotis, he would bring his red truck to Fotis's house and park it there and drive the Ford Raptor back and forth to work that week. I didn't know that. I just assumed that he brought his red truck to work every day and would park it, then use Fotis's truck to go do the business, you know. I think Jennifer's the one that told the police that he had an unregistered gun, Captain Obvious, because she was scared of him. I think he brought that gun back from Florida when he was on a trip there or something. Yeah, she absolutely knew Leanne. She looked like she's aged 10 years since her first arrest. I guess she's been worrying herself to death. I'd be scared to death if I was her. I was really shocked that she didn't try to make some kind of plea deal like when this first happened. I mean, she told him a little bit of stuff, but not much. She was very vague. Something just crossed my mind. Maybe men are feeling weak. They've lost power over women because we do have more power than ever before. Yeah. It's something that I've noticed about some of these men that do end up killing their family, like John List. You know, he killed all of his family, and it took him like many, many years to catch him. I believe like about 18 years to catch him. But one thing I noticed is they were always kind of quiet men that didn't have much control in the house, like their wives run the house, like with John List and like with the Chris Watts case. But it was their own fault. I mean, they could have used their voice, stepped up and said something. It's no excuse. Hey, Alley Cat. Yeah, KK made a hell of a deal. She got away with murder. She sure did. Crystal Kenny, she's a piece of shit. I think these men that killed their families just never voice their true feelings and stuff. And it's just like their personality got a personality like Chris Watts, and just let it build up and build up over time. They build up like hatred and resentment and stuff. And then they just go crazy. But I think they already got something wrong with them. And, it's just in them to do it. I'm behind on the case. I'm going to have to read up on it. They are both out on bail, right? Yes, Kim. Fotis and Michelle made bail. But they're on house arrest with the GPS tracking device on them. But they've got all kinds of evidence against them. But the lawyer and his friend, former attorney, Kent Malwhenney, he is still in jail. He can't make his bond. So I'm thinking he'll probably try to make a deal with prosecutors. If I was prosecutors, I'd be trying to make a deal with him so they can figure out exactly what happened and what they did with Jennifer. Well, I remember in the 1980s here in Ireland, the number of women trapped in bad marriages. Thank God it has changed. The priest had a lot of say back then. Yeah. Hey, Bad. Good morning. There's still lots of women trapped in bad marriages and lots of men as well. You don't hear about a lot of women like killing their entire family, including the husband. You hear about women killing their children. I'm sure there have been cases, but I can't think of one right offhand. I have to say, though, things like a woman's work and single moms need to change. We need to start saying a parent's work and single parents. I believe these things dismiss the importance of men. Yeah. Did you hear about the piece of shit man who killed his family in Florida near Disney? Yes, I heard about that. I did a video on that yesterday. Let's see if they're saying anything new about it. I think Red Red Media is following this case. I think that's what she told me. So, yeah, they have the dad in custody for that still. He's not going to get a bond, I wouldn't think. It said a man identified by neighbors as the family of five's dads had reportedly been hit with an eviction notice for the home in celebration 3 days before Christmas. So they were getting evicted from that place they were living in. I don't think that's why he killed his family, because of the eviction. It's more than that. He'd probably been planning to do it for a while, because it seems like their finances may have been bad, if they were getting evicted. They ran two physical therapy businesses. Almost 2 months. How did no one miss them? Well, I don't think they had much to do, from what I understand, with their neighbors. They hadn't been there long, had they? Let's see what else it says. Authorities have yet to identify the dead or the arrested man. This article is from one day ago, it says, but they have, I think they have identified them, or their family members have. It says the manufactured town built by Disney on the outskirts of its famed entertainment hub welcomed its first residents in 1996. So it was owned by Disney, but Disney, I don't think Disney owns it anymore. Oh, the world's a crazy place, y'all. I was reading about a child abuse case the other day, and the baby died, and its siblings had bugs in their ears. They were so neglected. Yeah. I don't know if I can find the article about it. I was going to do a video on it and I got sidetracked. Getting evicted is not the end of the world. I still remember how a guy shot up a mall because he lost his job at McDonald's. Oh my God, that is crazy. There's been a lot of people that got fired and stuff and went into their old place of employment and killed everybody. Oh, yeah, we got to go look at People magazine. There was some people arrested, and there was cages, wooden cages found. I guess they was putting the kids in. Isn't that crazy? We're going to look at it. If I can get it pulled up here. Look at these scumbags. I'll have to go back over and screen share. So it's these three people. Let's see. And they're from Alabama. 3 Alabama residents were charged this week in connection with alleged abuse that involved locking children in wooden cages. Just wow. They look like some real winners there. The only thing about screen sharing is it won't scroll right. It gets like all froze up. It says on Wednesday, the Lee County Sheriff's Office arrested James H. Bond, 69, Pamela Dolores Bond, 66, Kyla Michelle Mann, 30, after conducting a welfare check on the Smith Station, Alabama home. Authorities have received information about potential child abuse situation at the residence on Monday. According to the sheriff's office, investigators found 2 wooden cages that had latches and locking mechanisms. Upon further investigation, the team learned that children had been locked in the cages on multiple occasions. 4 children were in the home at the time of the welfare check, ages 3, 4, 10, and 11. A 5th child, 8 months, also lived at the residence but wasn't present at the time. All 5 children were removed from the home and are now in the custody of the Lee County Department of Human Resources. Here's the cages, y'all. Oh, isn't that awful? Oh my goodness. People are so evil. And just to think they all went along with that. Probably got a nasty house too. They just look like that type. I'm sorry, but they do. Look at that. Lock the kids in there so they couldn't get out. They was probably left in there a lot. Pamela is charged with 2 counts of aggravated child abuse of a child less than 6 years of age, 2 counts of reckless endangerment, 1 count of tampering with physical evidence. James is charged with 2 counts of aggravated child abuse of a child less than 6 years of age and 2 counts of reckless endangerment. Man is charged with 2 counts of aggravated child abuse of a child less than 6 years of age, 2 counts of reckless endangerment. So, I guess they're all in jail. It didn't say if they had a bond or anything, did it? There's some real evil, sick people in the world. Friggin' stupid hicks. They ought to take them and lock them in a little crate like that. See how they like it. People kill me. I can't see my chat here. Let me get my phone so I can see it. Okay, now I can see y'all. They look like real winners, yeah. Look like a bunch of... I was going to say something. I better not. Look like a bunch of pieces of shit to me is what they look like. See what it's saying about Khloe Kardashian. Oh, yeah, she's producing some kind of... well, see, it doesn't want to scroll right. New crime series about love gone fatally wrong. Oh, cool. She already has a show she produces on Oxygen, I thought, or ID Channel 1. Oh, that's talking about that serial killer. What is his name? I can't remember his name. I'll have to click on it. Will 411 Now has done video. Samuel Little. That's his name. He actually painted pictures of his victims for police. He had so many. He killed all kinds of women. Mostly women that worked in the sex industry, like prostitutes. And he was like a boxer. So he'd get women in his car and he'd just punch them and knock them out. He knew where to punch them to knock them out. See, it doesn't want to scroll. God, I hate StreamYards. I think you pronounced this woman's name June Leuenberger. Wondered about the last moments of her mother, whose battered body was found at the bottom of a dirt pit in Saucer, Mississippi in 1978. I wake up every single day of my life thinking about my mother, the 57-year-old Gulfport, Mississippi resident tells People. That's sad. Her mother, Julie Critchfield, was strangled to death at the age of 36 when Leuenberger was about 15 and needed her mom so much. I think here's some of the pictures he painted for police. He killed women in California, I believe Texas, Tennessee, I think Ohio. And he sketched for police or painted, whatever you want to call it. This is his artwork here of his victims. Yeah. So in 2018, Samuel Little confessed to killing 93 victims, it says. 93 victims. So far, authorities have verified 50 of his confessions. is now known as the most prolific serial killer in U.S. history. Little is serving 3 life sentences in a California prison for killing 3 Los Angeles women in 1980. Yeah, and then one day he just decided to confess that he was a serial killer. I guess he wanted recognition. What is it, Mel Mel? Oh, you're talking to someone else. Oh, okay. So here's another piece of shit, an ex-priest. See if it'll load for us. Possessing child porn and meth, it looks like. Jesus Christ. You can't trust anybody. Priests, anybody. Teachers. Almost every day I get on here, I see some woman teacher has slept with one of her students. I'm serious. It's almost every day. Like, what in the hell is going on? Let's look at his ugliness. Oh, wow. Look at that ugly thing. Oh, God. Could you imagine him touching you? Oh, my goodness. A former Illinois priest speaking in court Tuesday blamed a perfect storm of events, including the 2014 death of his dad, for keeping him on a path that led to a 9-year prison sentence for possessing child porn and possessing meth. So he is blaming his dad dying for his actions, basically. You know, a lot of people lose their parents. I've tried to tell my brother this because my brother lost his dad. A lot of people lose their parents, but you can't let your life go to hell. You know, your loved ones don't want that when they pass. They want you to do good. False prophet. Yeah. Well, these sex predators that like children insert themselves around kids. They'll be coaches, teachers, priests, Boy Scout leader, stuff like that. They slide through the cracks and get jobs where they can condition their victims, trust no one. Yeah, a lot of them groom their victims. See, his name is Reverend Gerald R. Hetchenberger, formerly a pastor of Holy Childhood Catholic Church. Wow. Let's see, his sentence on 3 counts of possessing child pornography, 1 count of possessing methamphetamine. He originally faced 17 counts, but the rest were dropped in exchange for his guilty plea. You know, there's a lot of people that get on meth and stuff and they don't have child porn. You know, it was already in him to be like that. He probably became a priest just to be around kids. It's a true snow. Yeah. A wolf in sheep's clothing. When my son was 17, he ran away with a 34-year-old. He is now 28, a fine young man, but by God, he put me through the mill. Okay, and I'm sorry to hear that. Well, thank God he's on the right path now. That person probably groomed him and manipulated him and everything. It's the way they do. My hubby's nephew had someone trying to do that to him. Someone that's well known in our community and stuff. Well known all over the United States, actually. But he was caught doing it and confronted about it. Yeah. And he claims to be a preacher, too. It's sick. When I told my hubby when I first heard about this situation, I said, he is grooming that youngin'. He's grooming him. By God, I was right. They called him out on it. I wonder why religion is on the decline. Yeah, I know. And just think about all the Catholic priests that have molested kids, and the church covered it up. They just relocate the priest when allegations come out instead of firing their asses and reporting them. It's real Christian-like, isn't it? To keep letting a known sex predator around kids. Still covering it up. Yeah, of course. There was a woman that done my brother like that when he was 15, Karen. And she was in her 30s. Yes. Women do it too. I don't know what woman would want a young boy like that. That is sick. They're still kids. Jesus. And these young female teachers, I mean, they're online all the time for having sex with their students. Articles over and over and over every day, all over the United States. I went to the guards over here, but 17 is the legal age for boys. Oh, really, Karen? See, it's 18 here for boys or girls. Boys are not safe from predators. I think our society forgets that. Yes, I agree. Yeah, there's a lot of little boys that are sexually abused. It seems like people forget, that boys can be sexually abused as well as girls. Scares me to death, like my son being online and stuff. I talk with him about it, you know. I try to explain to him, just because that's someone's picture or they say this or that, it doesn't mean that's really who it is. It could be a crazy person. Sick bitches, that's right, Captain Obvious. There's a lot of sick bitches in the world. I was actually shocked when I was watching Lockup one time because, you really don't think about boys being sexually molested. You always just hear about girls. This was really before I got into true crime and, looking into stuff. But I was just shocked watching that show how many women in Tennessee were convicted sex offenders. It just shocked me. There was one woman that had abused her neighbor's 4-year-old little boy. Yeah, that was really eye-opening when I watched that today. That's been many years back. I'm a father of both, and I have to remember to be mindful sometimes about my boys in that area. Yes. Violent tendencies. I like that name. My friend's sister was a high school teacher, and she was charged with having sex with her students. Oh, my God. Really? Oh, God. I bet your friend was embarrassed. I would be embarrassed when my siblings done that. Hell, I'm embarrassed the way my brothers act now. I can't imagine someone in my family doing something like that. It'd be so humiliating. I don't know what's wrong with these young teachers. Maybe they feel like they're not much older than the students, but look, there's kids that are 17, 16, 17, 18. They're still kids in their mind. They may try to act mature, but they're still immature kids. It's sick. We only have one life. Hey, girl, how are you? It's good to see you around. I was worried to death about you when you had your accident. How are you doing now? So the guys they are looking for in the Peyton Houston case did 20 years for rape and kidnapping. Oh my gosh, really? See, there's no rehabilitating sex offenders, people. Guy did 20 years for rape, got out. What'd he do? He killed Peyton Houston. Hey, Just Sean. Sure, I was the same, watching the daughter like a hawk, never thinking a woman could be up to that. Live and learn every day is a school day. I know. Every day you learn something new. Women can be just as evil as a man. Goes both ways. I'm still down. Got more surgeries to go. Oh, girl, I'll keep you in my thoughts and prayers. Y'all remember we only have one life in your prayers. She had a terrible, terrible accident, and she's still recovering and got more surgeries to go. I am bookmarking your emails, they say. Okay, thank you, Angel. Bye, Leanne. Have a wonderful day. I'm going to get off here as well, get some things done around the house, and I will see y'all in the morning. I'll try to put together a video about Peyton here in a little bit. I gotta go see my little farm animals first. Anyways, thank y'all for chatting. I love y'all. Peace.